now we have our government agencies that regulate our drugs. So the FDA enforces the Food, Drug, and Cosmetic Act. As part of its responsibility, the FDA is charged with determining the safety and efficacy of drugs before they're allowed to enter the market. So making sure that these medications are going to be good for us. Realizing that we can get online, we can make phone calls, and you can have whatever medication in your mailbox in 3 to 5 business days most of the time. So they don't regulate that stuff, and that can also get you in trouble. I've only had one of those, but it's like, where did you get this medicine? We had it shipped in from Mexico. It's like, okay, I don't need to know about this. The DEA, formerly the Bureau of Narcotics and Dangerous Drugs, was created by the Federal Controlled Substances Act of 1970. The DEA, which is a division of the Justice Department, is responsible for executing the provisions of the Controlled Substances Act, including the registration of physicians who are permitted to dispense controlled substances. So it's that checks and balances on our physicians. The Public Health Service regulates biological products, that is, medications made from living organisms, such as antitoxins and vaccines. The Federal Trade Commission, FTC, monitors drugs advertising and ensures that it is not misleading or inappropriate. The FTC has become involved in making recommendations to the FDA regarding direct-to-consumer advertisements. The FTC found that direct-to-consumer advertisements generally benefit consumers, but stated that direct-to-consumer ads should contain a major statement of drug risk along with adequate provision for more complete risk information. So my medication that I can get on, go online, go ahead and have my physician send my script over, go ahead and get it sent to me at the house. It's cheaper, but realizing that I don't have that face-to-face contact, if I don't know about a medication, I've got to be real careful about it. With the approval of a drug, it has to go through a process. So it has to start with animal testing. It is tested in at least 2 different species of animals before it's even put to people. Then it goes into what we call clinical trials. And it has 4 phases. So that first phase, a new drug is tested in healthy volunteers to compare human data with those in the animals to determine safe doses of the drug and to assess its safety. So volunteering to step up and take a medication that's never been used on a human. It's like, okay, well, let's see how this works out. Phase 2, the trial is performed in homogeneous populations of patients, so 50 to 300. So bigger groups. It's a double blind-sided study. One group receives the drug, the other group receives the placebo. So some are going to get it, some are not. Then these studies are designed to evaluate the efficacy and safety of the drug and establish which form is the most effective dose. Then you get into phase 3. So now my clinical trial, my drug is available to a larger group, usually several thousands. And these studies, which usually last several years, evaluate my efficacy of the drug and then also monitor the nature and evidence of the side effects. So I'm 3 years into it. What kind of side effects do I start having from it? Then our phase 4. After successful completion of phase 3, a company can apply to the FDA for approval to market their drug. Phase 4 trials compare the new drug with others on the market and examine the drug's long-term efficacy and cost effectiveness. So this is where we have lots of options for our hypertensive meds. If I don't have one that works for you, we'll find another one. So we have all these different medications that we're trying, see what works.